Hello, everyone. It's Melissa from Gildas Club, Grand Rapids. I hope that this recording finds you well today and safe and enjoying your summer. It's pretty great out there. I hope that you're getting outside and getting to the park or camping or swimming, whatever it is that you like to do in the summer. If you're watching and you really enjoy this, well, even if you're just watching, please let us know just by liking this post. If you felt that this episode is really helpful to you or interesting and you want to share it, please do that. Or if you have a question or comment for my guest or myself or Gildas Club, please let us know. You can post it here and we'll answer you after, because this is a recording, we'll answer you when we get to it later on today. If you're new to Gildas Club and you've never heard of us before, we're a free cancer and grief support community. So if you're on a cancer or a grief journey, and that's death of any kind, we would love to talk with you. Please give us a call at 453-8300 or look on our website, gildasclubgr.org. There's so many things that we offer, and we would love to introduce you to it and help you to get some support. So today I have a wonderful guest with me. Her name is Esme Garcia, and she comes to us. Hi, Esme. She comes to us from the Grandville Arts and Humanities, and they operate the Cook Art Center and the Cook Library Center. Their mission is to enrich the lives of their neighborhood youth through diverse and engaging programs at both of their centers. Their board and staff recognize the life-changing power of reading and the arts. With help of many talented artists and community volunteers, they strive to provide an enriching environment for children and adults living in the Grandville Avenue neighborhood and beyond. So welcome, Esme. It's so good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so glad you could take time out of your day and gift us with that to do a collaborative and also to talk about what the Grandville Avenue Arts and Humanities Center does and what you do. That's another question. I've heard a rumor that you got a new job, and I'd love to hear about that.
I did. I hopped buildings a little bit. Originally, when I committed to being on Gildas Club, I was working at the Cook Library Center as the library assistant. So I was our librarian. I got to pick all the books that we had in the building, and that was really fun, and I loved it a lot. But my true passion is people. I love engaging with people in my community. I love meeting new people and making connections with people. And I just took on the position of the community and engagement coordinator for the Cook Arts Center. So now I'm at a new building, and this still all relates, books and community engagement here. So I'm happy to be here.
Oh, that's so great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really wonderful. And so you'll be reaching out and connecting with other community members, individuals or groups to help get involved? What exactly?
Yeah, so the biggest priorities of my position is to engage with our parents, our neighbors, our children and youth in our neighborhood. So it's the Roosevelt Park neighborhood and the Black Hills neighborhoods. Yeah. But also, as far as community engagement, to reach out to different organizations in our city beyond our neighborhoods and see like how we can either bridge that distance, bring our neighbors to see different parts of the city and engage in their centers, or to bring their resources to our neighborhood, to make it accessible for our neighbors. So I'm excited. I'm meeting a lot of people and just finding out all sorts of great things that are happening in our city, and it makes me happy every day.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it makes me think a couple things is we should talk about some collaborative work together. We often offer art workshops or music workshops for healing, for helping people connect and share their feelings and heal. And we would love to talk with you about that.
It sounds like we do a lot of things with the same same values in mind,
Yes.
same goals in mind. So
same mission. Yeah. And then if I'm a person just out there listening to this Facebook Live program and I think, oh, I really want to learn more about this Grandville Avenue Arts and Humanities, what can somebody do?
Yeah, so we have a brand spanking new beautiful website that is full of awesome information. We did it in partnership with some local graphic designers and students from Ferris. So our website is gaah.org. So it's GAAH.org. For Grandville Avenue Arts and Humanities. There you can find like a lot of our classes that we offer. We offer school year and summer arts programming at the Arts Center for youth. And then we do even have some adult evening classes happening. We have a pottery instructor, Harmony, who's amazing, and they teach a lot with youth and adults. And then at the Library Center, we also have programming in the summer and in the fall. The Library Center focuses more on academics. We have tutoring available all year round for kids that are struggling with academics or kids that just want to stay ahead. We're doing some SAT preps and SAT training this fall for high school youth. So yeah, definitely check us out on our website. If you want to find us on Facebook, we're also Grandville Avenue Arts and Humanities. And we try to stay on top with sharing our more daily events or events happening in our community on social media. But all of our seasonal programming is always on our website, as far as also donations or volunteers. If anybody else that maybe isn't youth or in need of our services, but wants to come work with us or volunteer in any way, help youth or help families, our website has information for that too. And we're always happy to take volunteers.
Oh, great. You read my mind. I was thinking about that. That's wonderful.
I'm already practicing for my position,
You're doing stellar. You got this. That's great. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so really grateful that there is a place like yours here in Grand Rapids. And what a beautiful mission. What, we really, I think, don't have enough art and through literature and all the forms of art in our world. And so I'm so glad that you're doing this work. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I'm proud to work at GA and proud to be doing a lot of the things that we do here. It's an awesome way to engage with our community.
Yeah. Well, they're lucky to have you. So great. Well, we have an activity for all of you. We have a book reading and then an art activity. And Esme picked a wonderful book for us. I'm so excited. I'd never heard of it before. And it's Once Upon a Dragon's Fire by Beatrice Blue, who I looked her up and she's English. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did some research after picking out the book because I was like, where did the inspiration come from this? And I love how she meshes a lot of different cultures in her art of the book.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really cool. And in one YouTube reading, she reads it outside, which I also love. So how did you come to pick this book? You didn't even know about her then, right?
Yeah, no. So we have a wonderful neighbor in our community. His name is Mr. Spicer. He was a teacher. He works with authors and publishers and always brings us amazing book donations to our library of all sorts of books that might be new or up and coming authors, things like that. And this was one of the books that came in it. Initially, I was drawn in by the art. I thought the art was really unique, very pretty. Like I said, I like the mesh of cultures. It has a little bit of Chinese influence, but you can definitely see also the Nordic, European kind of influence in the art. And I really like that. And then once I actually read through the book, I loved the message of the book even more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a great message. So numerous messages actually, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of good
Yeah.
things to say. I like that the book touches on how important our words are. As somebody that was a librarian until very shortly, I put a lot of value in words. I absorb a lot of them. I take a lot of great advice, from others' words, but also just how you can change your story. You can take a hold of your narrative when you feel out of control, or when the bad things are happening, maybe, and with especially with help of loved ones, you can improve that. So
Yeah.
it was a good message. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great message. And I love that piece of um, you can check out what you've heard to see if it's true for you.
Mhm.
And you can have that critical thinking on board in a gentle, kind way. And yeah, and so yeah, so many levels to this story.
Yeah,
I just love it.
I love how quickly the children in the story learn how receptive they are to like new information and to like adjusting their beliefs, which also very much is what we believe in here in God,
Yeah.
always continuing to learn and taking in new information and doing good things with it.
Yes. Oh, I agree. And I think really that is what's happening in the world right now,
Hmm.
right? Is that we are learning so much new information, and we're just busting wide those stories we've been told all of our lives, and learning this great openness. And especially our children, especially the young set in America, which is
Yeah, kids are
awesome.
so much like quicker to it. I feel like kids
Yeah.
are constantly absorbing and changing their beliefs and updating, what they believe in. And I think that's great. It's something that we
Yes.
can definitely all learn from them.
I would agree. I'm learning constantly from the children and young adults in my life, and I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we could probably talk forever about this, but why don't we get to the book? And if you'll give us a second here, I'm going to share my screen and then go off screen. I got to start the slideshow. All right, there you go.
Once Upon a Dragon's Fire by Beatrice Blue. Once upon a magic kingdom, before fire ever existed, there lived a terrifying dragon near a village. No one had ever seen the dragon, but everyone talked about him. For it was written in books that he was so mean that he ate kittens for breakfast. And he was so scary that he made all the children scream. And he was so evil that he blew huge storms out of his jaws, which was why it was always so cold and everyone was scared of the dragon. Everyone except for Freya and Silas. They loved reading stories about the dragon out loud to each other. I'm not scared, Silas would say when Freya spoke of the dragon's roar, which was so loud it destroyed roofs. I'm not scared either, said Freya when Silas read about the dragon's long, sharp, terrifying claws. Reading about the dragon was their favorite thing to do. One bitter winter day, a big, big storm began to blow. It was so cold that all the warmth left the town, and no one could bring it back. This storm must be the dragon's fault, Silas said. Enough is enough, Freya declared. We have to do something. Both of them agreed. This bad dragon must be stopped. So they packed some supplies and their books about dragons and set up off the high, windy mountain. When they got to the top, they found a cave, and two big yellow eyes shone out from the dark. I'm not scared, Silas whispered, and then they stepped inside. and they saw the dragon, but he didn't have long, sharp claws, and he didn't have terrifying teeth, and he didn't roar so loud that roofs were destroyed. In fact, this dragon wasn't scary at all. He was just cold and scared and very, very lonely. We have to help him, said Freya. Freya and Silas knew that when they felt sad or lonely, there was one thing that always made them feel better. So they snuggled close to the dragon and began to read. But then Silas realized something terrible. Every story they knew said that the dragon was evil, but that's not true, said Silas. Then Freya had an idea. What if we make up a new story, she said. Once upon a magic kingdom, there lived a very wonderful dragon, Silas said. Everyone loved him because he was kind. He always reminded people to stick together and be good to one another, Freya continued. As the dragon listened to the new story, a warmth started to grow deep in his chest. The more Freya and Silas talked, the warmer and warmer he got, until the warmth burst out of him in flames. It was the first time the dragon had ever breathed fire. Together, Dragon, Silas, and Freya flew down the mountain to protect the townspeople from the mighty storm. The dragon's fire warmed up all of their houses. And they celebrated the three friends' bravery. Ever since, dragons have carried fire inside to remind us of how friendships can warm our hearts as well as our homes. And in the village, there are new tales about dragons full of kindness and adventure. For the people know that even in the coldest of times, we all carry the spark of friendship inside of us. I hope y'all liked it.
That was awesome. What a great book.
It is. It's very sweet. The message is beautiful. The art is beautiful. One of the pages where it says, and then the dragons roared his fire, it's actually all 4 pages of a book put together. So it spreads open on this beautiful book. It's a really fun book to read.
Oh, so I really encourage all of you to get to the Cook Library to see this actual book, or
come
somewhere
rent a copy
else
from us. Yep.
Yeah, because it's it's nice to see it on PowerPoint, but really, yeah, it comes even more alive in person. That's a great point. Well, and what again, just so many layers in there of what is the dragon's fire? What do you imagine, all of you, that the dragon's fire is inside of him that comes out? What do you think, Esme?
Oh man, I feel like my fire would be like giddiness. I'm always like excited to encourage others, but it's like all I need is just like a little bit of positivity from somebody else to just like really feel that out. And I think that's a lot of us, if we get good things, we make them even bigger and grander and better.
Yeah, and other people spark those in us, and then help them I want to say explode, but that's not the word really I want, but to come out and to spread. And I think too that for me that dragon's fire is love, and that when someone sees that love in my heart, that it just grows and spills over.
Spread, not just to the dragon and to the children, but also to like the townspeople. And then it sounds like from the end of the book, like not even just the townspeople, but generational, right? It's a story that then they continue to share this, how to be kind and how to bring the best out in others. So it's like it affects so many people when, you know, you bring kindness and friendship and good things into others' lives.
Oh, I totally agree. And what it does is it creates love and acceptance and all those things instead of fear. You know, what the stories about the dragon were spreading fear and hate and really misinformation.
Yeah,
And so
we all fear the unknown, the things we don't understand. And then if we just open our hearts and our minds a little bit to understand, sometimes that completely changes.
yeah, it shifts everything. And in that point of choice that the kids were at, of when they were at the door of the cave, and they were saying, I'm scared. And they didn't let that make that decision for them. They didn't let that feeling in that moment make the decision for them. And they accepted their fear and did the right thing anyway.
Yeah.
And moved ahead. And that's true bravery, is knowing you have fear and doing it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing anyways. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, wow, such a great book. Thank you for picking this wonderful book.
Yeah, happy to share it with more and more people. Same, just spreading that joy.
Yeah. And so you'll see, we'll put a link to it so you can see the actual book on this post. And you picked a great art activity. And so it's making a dragon. So I made one, and there's this
Wow,
fire.
yours is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love how colorful. Yeah.
And honestly, I really just used everything that I had around my house. And I'll show you that we have these straws now that we don't use anymore. So it was a good thing to do.
Recycle.
Recycle. And we have always a lot of paper around. And so some of the things that you'll need to do this activity is you'll need 3 pieces of paper. And I suggest, if you have paper, this one I've already used for another activity, you can just, which I had on those, if you look closely, they have drawing on them. Or you can use recycled paper that you printed something you don't need anymore, and you can use that. And then you need some tissue paper, and I just used, I didn't have any paint at the moment, and so I just used this tissue paper from when I went to the store, and that's what I covered the paper towel roll, which this paper towel roll was very generous. I could get 3 dragons out of it. And so, and you can use toilet paper rolls, or you can just make one. You can roll a piece of paper if you don't have that. And if you don't have the straws, I picked up a couple of just sticks in the yard.
Great idea.
Yeah. So you can use what's out there. And then I had a piece, you just need a pair of scissors, but I used for this one, this one I used, if you can see the, so it gave a little depth to it, a little contrast, or, you know, what is that? I forget what these are called. Anyway, so
like the scallop edged scissors.
Yes. Texture. That's the word I was looking for. Words don't always come to me nowadays. So I have to just wait until they do show up. Some glue stick, and then some tape. And then I also had some Sharpies or markers, and then you might want a pencil just to draw things out. So, and you can use some googly eyes if you want, and I couldn't find the googly eyes, so in all honesty, I just drew those eyes like this. So that's what the 3rd piece of paper for. And then I actually made a mistake. I put the eyes going the same way the first time, and then I had to realize that I needed them going 2 different ways. So you can do that. And we will post the YouTube video for this. So you take these pieces of paper and you fold them together. And it shows on the YouTube video exactly how to do that. You glue these 2 ends together and you fold them back and forth and back and forth like this. And then when you get to the end, you glue on the next ones. You glue up, they're stuck together here. You glue the yellow on the, whatever color you're using together. And then you keep doing that until you have the body of the dragon. And then it ends up looking like that. Then you take the sticks or the straws or whatever, and you just tape them in there. It's pretty easy. Just tape them right there. And so then
you could get wild and make it really long.
Oh, you really could. Thank you for saying that, because the other thing you could do is you could write a story on the inside of this. Like even before you encouraging words. Yes. Things that you love to hear, things you want to say to other people. Maybe a story about something that you thought was one way and it changed. Or you could write about if you had a person die in your life or somebody you know has cancer, you could write about that story in here and then incorporate it right into the body of your dragon. And then I just took this and I put glue all over it, this glue stick, and I just rolled it with my tissue paper, and that's what made the covering for it. And then I cut out those eyes. I don't know where they went. Here they are. Out of another piece of paper and put the eyes, and then you just glue them. Oops, that one goes on this side really. Glue it on there. And then I did find another, just from somebody gave me a present and it had some tissue paper in it. And so then I just cut it or ripped it and you can put it right in there. But I was thinking too, you could make some sort of representation of what your inner power is, what your inner fire is. And that could be what comes out of your dragon. And so then everybody can see what your inner power is. And there it is. It's that simple. So that was a really great craft. Thank you for finding that, Esme.
You're welcome. I thought it was fun, and it's a fun, like decorative craft that you can keep around, hang it up somewhere, and it'll remind you of good things if you chose to add different things. But maybe even if you didn't write on on your dragon, maybe just seeing the dragon around will make you think about spreading that spreading good things to create good fire.
Yes, I agree. That's very well said. Thank you. And you could also make one for somebody else if you want, and give it to them as a present, and they probably would love that. So if you do make a dragon, we want to see it. And so if your adult in your life will allow, take a picture of it and send it to us or post it. I'm not sure you can post to Facebook when you're not an administrator, but anyway, you can send it to us and we'll post it. We would love to see it. And we'd love to hear your response to the story. So I think that's all I have. Do you have anything else, Esme?
No, thank you so much for having me. I'll keep checking because I love seeing students or youth's art. So I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with their activity, and hope they enjoyed the book. And I hope to see some of your faces at the library or at the art center.
Yes, great. And remember, you will post information for the Grandville Avenue Arts and Humanities Center, and then also the book and the craft, so that if you want to do this on your own, you can too. All right. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you came. It's so nice to meet you. This is the first time we met too.
Yeah.
So, and
our first virtual meetup.
That's right. I do hope we get to do things together.
Oh, yes. We will stay in touch.
Yes. I agree. All right. Well, everyone out there, I hope you have a safe day. And again, if you're new to a grief or cancer journey and you'd like more information about our free support program, please give us a call at 453-8300 or look on our website, gildasclubgr.org. We have a full virtual program that's happening right now that is really easy to get connected to. And we have a few in-person groups that are just starting back. We're sort of starting at a crawl. And so all of that is on our website, on our calendar. So take care, everyone. Thank you again, Esme, and we'll see you all soon.